This is what it was really like to sail with Viking raiders. You might think that sailing with Viking raiders was all adventure and glory, but the truth is it was wet, cramped, and brutal. Hi, I'm here to tell you all about it. Excavations like the Oseberg and Gokstad ships reveal how these voyages really happened. Picture this: 40 to 60 men crammed on benches, shoulder to shoulder, rowing in rhythm to the crashing of the waves. That's how they did it. They rowed hard, their muscles burning, their bodies freezing. The icy sea spray drenched them, making their thick woolen clothes heavy and their skin raw. But they kept rowing. They had to. There was no turning back. Only the strongest, most determined men survived these brutal crossings. And when they reached land, they would jump into action, pillaging and plundering, taking what they wanted by force. No quarter given, none asked. Leif Erikson, a legendary Viking, braved the North Atlantic around the year 1000, sailing all the way to North America, as told in the Sagas. But the journey was far from glorious. Storms tossed the longship like a toy. Freezing rain lashed against the shields, and the men huddled together for warmth, praying to the gods for a safe passage. When the ships weren't at sea, they were buried in the ground, like the Oseberg ship. Ship burials like Oseberg weren't just graves. They were a display of wealth and power filled with goods, treasures, and even sacrificed animals. Archaeologists found over 800 artifacts in the Oseberg burial chamber, including this incredible horned helmet. Back in the Viking Hall, the elite warriors celebrated their victories with feasts. The sagas tell of overflowing ale, mountains of meat, and drinking horns raised high in the air. Archaeology confirms these tales, showing us that Viking feasts were a time of great merriment and storytelling. Imagine the smell of roasted boar and the sound of laughter echoing through the hall as the men boasted of their conquests and drank deeply. But the life of a Viking raider was not all feasts and battles. For every glorious raid, there were long months at sea, battling the elements and the boredom of endless waves. The reality of Viking life was far from the romanticized version we often hear. It was a dangerous, difficult existence, but also one filled with adventure, camaraderie, and a sense of freedom on the open seas. So, would you survive a voyage with Viking raiders? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to hit subscribe for more history uncovered, only on FactsHubHQ. Now, here's another video link that I think you'll really like.